Cadbury was established in Birmingham, England in 1824 by John Cadbury and began as a company that sold tea, coffee, and drinking chocolate. Today, it's the second biggest confectionery company in the entire world, with plants in more than 50 countries around the globe. Today, we try 3 lesser-known Cadbury bars and ask, you tried that? You Tried Dat, a Cadbury episode. I'm Nick Novak of the Pals. Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
What up?
Did you guys know John Cadbury started the old Cadbury?
I couldn't believe you said that. It sounds fake, because we always make a joke like, oh, it's, it's Johnny Microsoft over there or whatever, but it actually is Johnny Cadbury. What is drinking chocolate? Is that just like chocolate milk or hot chocolate or
yeah, I assume
chocolate syrup?
I thought of hot chocolate, but maybe it's like a colder, like chocolate milk or Yoo-hoo type of thing. Mm-hmm. I pictured it as like a powder, but maybe not. Is there a powder for a chocolate drink that's not hot?
I mean,
no, because like cold beverages don't really absorb the powder well, right? Like,
does Nestle's Quick? Did they used to make like a powder you could scoop and make a chocolate milk out of? Yeah,
that's true. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me.
It's just water. It doesn't have to be hot to dissolve, right? It's just water.
Cold things don't dissolve, dude. FYI.
No?
I don't know.
That's just science.
Got him.
I'm going to Snopes.
I will say these Cadbury snacks, though, I've been wanting to try these for a very, very long time. I actually got these. We talked about this on a previous episode. I got these on 420 at George's Zoo. These were the ones that I bought when like George was like recommending root beers to me and stuff. So that's how long ago 3 months plus now that I've been waiting to try these. So
they look delicious.
Yeah. They do look good.
And they're 3 bars that likely we've never heard of, and likely you haven't. So they're I'm guessing a little more popular in the UK.
Yep.
All right. So I saw this this classic old joke that appears in many TV shows, movies, and tell me what you guys think of this particular joke. It's well overdone, but is it really funny or not? So it's the one where they do a nerd or bad guy will lean in for a kiss, right? Let's say it's like Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny's dressed up as a girl, and they lean in with a kiss with eyes closed, right?
Right.
And to just push their lips out really far. I don't know how many times you guys have leaned in for kiss that way.
All the time. Yeah.
I just blindly try to kiss anyone.
I'm trying to do that right now with you guys. Lean in, babies.
Just hold there and for as long as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And then while they're leaning, said person or woman is replaced with something else. Let's say dog, right?
I was just about to say dog.
Dog, yeah. Dog is common.
And the dog licks the face.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the last part of the joke is that person still really likes it.
Right. Or like thinks it's the woman or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they just immediately come in their pants from a dog licking their face.
Right. Remember that scene in Beethoven when Charles Grodin ejaculated in his pants because he thought it was a woman kissing him? Mm-hmm. It was actually Beethoven.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Beethoven.
So is your question how many dogs have I kissed this week?
Right. Mm-hmm.
5.
What was your method for? All right, you're at a date. You've decided I'm gonna go for a kiss, right? And so
we're really cranking into the old memory banks here. It's been a long time since I've leaned in for a kiss on a date.
Is there a dog in the car?
Do you? I was not brave about it, right? Mm-hmm. So like, I don't think I would have leaned in, puckered up, and closed my eyes, right? What would you have done? Would you have asked permission? Would you like a kiss? You do the old yawn technique?
I think just because I have a history of liking maybe slightly more aggressive women. So I feel like actually most of my dates, the woman initiated the kiss.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Like said, you can kiss me now or something like that.
And then you quickly got your dog. Line them up.
Now is the time of the date where you are permitted to kiss me.
Mhm.
And then she would lean forward and close her eyes, and then I would just lick her face.
Right.
I was pretty bold. I usually thought I could read the room pretty. I don't think I ever asked. I think asking is awkward. I think you ask for other stuff, but like for the kiss, I would just kind of lean
What are
in.
you asking for?
Like can you borrow me $1 or something?
Yeah, like, hey, can I get a ride
Yeah.
home? Do you have a catcher's mitt? I got to go play softball. No, I would lean in and then I would keep my eyes wide open, like really, like, and just start kissing her, like staring at her, like wide open, not blinking.
Mm-hmm.
That was my move because I didn't want a dog getting swapped in at the last minute.
Yeah, so
I was vigilant. Yeah.
You asked permission for all forms of riding.
Yes, I got one riding waiver, and it was pretty loosely defined. No, but yeah,
Check ride, car, mustache. Whatever type you are.
No, but yeah, I don't think because I don't know what I guess nowadays it's different. It probably should have been the same back then too. But like, are you supposed to say like, "Can I kiss you now?" Or are you supposed to be able to read the room a little bit? I'm sure these millennials that are eating ass and stuff aren't asking. They're just getting
What? Is that what kids do these days?
If you're a millennial and you're gonna eat ass, do you just lean forward with your eyes closed, and then the ass gets swapped out for a dog's ass? You know, just don't you hate it when that happens?
Oh, man, your breath is terrible. Oh wait, there's a dog's asshole.
Do millennials start there? Like, is it because you can't get COVID from someone's asshole?
Yeah, that's the new first base. It's like, how far did you get? Oh, I ate ass.
That's it.
I bet you most millennials now on their dating profiles say like, I don't eat ass on the first date, so don't even try. Don't even ask. Like ass is like Sex in the City now would be like, it's the third date, you haven't eaten his ass yet? Like it's like all confused.
So when you say your comment of millennials are eating ass, is it like that they are more promiscuous now than they once were?
No, so we've actually had this conversation, strangely enough, at work, in like a happy hour setting.
It's a professional workplace.
We called a meeting to figure out what the millennials were doing.
So tell us about your ass eating techniques, everyone. We need to send out an all points bulletin to the company.
Hold on. Okay, let's run down the agenda. We need the quarterly sales projections, and I need to know what the new first base is, guys. No, but the younger people in the office were saying that that's like a thing now that like is very common and like a lot of people more expected on Tinder and stuff. Like eating ass is a thing.
It's
like,
expected.
Like not expected, but it's like a
ass or GTFO.
it's I guess more common. Like it's kind of almost like a blowjob. It's like it's getting on the same level as oral sex apparently. But I don't know. I never. Wow. Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Novak's like, I was born a generation too early.
I'm not just saying this because I've never done it. I have less than zero interest in eating an old ass. Like,
are we old men because we don't want to eat ass? Is it?
Okay, but do you want to get your ass eaten? That's a better question.
No. Do you know what comes out of my ass?
Is it only women to men, or is it just everyone's eating everybody's ass?
Yeah, I think everybody's an equal opportunity ass eater these days.
Everybody eating ass up in here. It's just a whole chain of human centipedes. Just
anybody eats my ass, they're not coming back. They're gonna be lost in there forever. So.
You need like a guide and like a cave, like a lantern.
Literally is a black hole in all ways.
Like, yeah, that's part of the reason I just cling so dearly to my wife. I love her. But I also just don't want to get back out into that ass eating scene. I'm not equipped for that.
That's tough.
It's tough. Guys, if you want to tell us about how much ass you've eaten, contact us at You Tried Dat Gmail. Oh wait, we're doing that later.
Boy, your workplace. You work hard, you play hard.
You should see the Christmas party. It's a string of people.
By that I mean when you, whether you're at work or out on the go, you always have a boner.
Yeah. Well, it was also after work. It was a happy hour scenario.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you actually get to why you were talking about this at work?
I think like there were like kids, like some of the younger people were talking about like Tinder and like dating and like how it's a different world now and like there's different etiquette.
If I want to get a promotion, do I have to eat ass?
I was just like, casually talking about like, oh, what's dating like? As I slowly laid on my back and lifted my legs up in the air.
Wait, what are you doing?
Exposing my ass. Do you get on all fours? How do you? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never done it. I don't know the technique.
I definitely pictured all fours, but I guess you could do it.
Laying on my back.
That feels less comfortable. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you'll feel comfortable in a second when you're shotgunning farts up someone's nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Well, this is going to be the quickest people shut off this podcast.
Right. I'm going to go turn in my resume now because I'm going to get fired if this ever comes out.
All
right.
So. All right.
It was after hours.
Just real quick before we get to the snacks, since I Googled funny British headlines, I just want to read this one. If heat waves hits 42 degrees Celsius, bees may ejaculate themselves to death. All right, let's get to the snacks.
Oh my gosh, those bees.
To death?
That's what the headline says.
It just gets hot and then they just come everywhere?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that a scientific headline?
Is metronews.uk scientific? I don't know.
No.
Yes.
Researchers have discovered male honeybees can spontaneously ejaculate their abdomen in high temperatures, which causes their bodies to explode from within.
Their abdomen?
So, millennial bees, they're all into the hot ejaculate these days.
So hold on, does that just mean their stomachs explode? Because like your abdomen, that's not where the cum is. Maybe on a bee.
And a bee's a little
Maybe
different.
A bee.
Yeah, this guy acting like he's an expert on bee anatomy. Stick to ass eating. That's all you know.
Look at those thorax gutters that thing has.
All right, let's get into it. Let's
eat. Disgusted with us. This guy's better than us.
We've got 3 other brown logs to eat. So
I'm gonna Cadbury my tongue deep inside this candy bar.
Rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start with Flake. So the Flake bar is first. So we've had chocolate similar to this Flake bar from other countries, but they don't have something that is that similar in the U.S. It's very airy.
Yeah, what is this? Is this like
It's all chocolate.
It's just straight up chocolate, but like thin and flaky kind of.
Yeah, so this is it's a bit thinner than a standard candy bar. It's almost like it's a little bigger than like one bar of a Kit Kat, but it's long, and it's solid, but it looks kind of stringy. So when you bite it, it's easier to get through and breaks apart easily in your mouth.
Yeah, it's kind of dryish, huh?
A little bit. I feel like I get that with a lot of these flaky ones.
Yeah.
What do you think, Iger?
It's okay. The thing with Cadbury's, the chocolate's going to be good, and I do think the chocolate's like high quality. I do think the age of the bar might not be doing it any favors here, just because it just feels a little, I don't know, like dry or stale or whatever you call it, like a little past its prime. But the chocolate's still tasty.
Well, it's best before September 10th of this year, so still good.
It's okay. I'm struggling because the chocolate tastes fine. I just think this is like it's just like eating a chocolate bar. I don't understand. Like the flake does nothing for me. You might as well just give me a solid piece of chocolate. So I'll give it a like that only because I like the chocolate flavor, but it's nothing like fancy or like, I don't know. Like it's nothing to write home about.
Chad?
That's interesting. I disagree completely. I feel like
bad chocolate.
No. That part I agree with. It's really, really good chocolate. Like, that Cadbury, like that dairy milk style chocolate. It tastes really, really good. So there's no denying that. But I think sort of like the thin flakiness of it actually adds a lot from a texture standpoint. Like if you compare this just by biting into your normal like thick chocolate bar, like Hershey bar, or even like a dairy milk or something like that, even though it's the same shit, just arranged differently, it just feels heavier. Right. And this one like has just a better, like a more fun mouthfeel. It's like fun to chew. It's easy to chew. I could put back this bar like 100 times quicker than I could put back the equivalent, Hershey bar or something like that. I think this is outstanding. I'm not going to go all the way to love that dough because it is, again, just sort of like a plain chocolate bar. And I think it would need something else to really elevate it to that top tier. But it's a very strong like that for me.
I can see why people would like the flakiness. I think it's different. it's just not my preference.
Mm.
But the chocolate is very good, and I could eat this and enjoy it. So I'm a bigger defender of like a straight Hershey bar, for example, than some people who would never get something that's just plain chocolate. I think something that's just chocolate is great.
Yeah.
No issues with that. And this is just chocolate. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to give it a third like that. So we have a welcome visitor. Let's move next to the picnic bar. And this one says, shake it up with picnic.
This is like a welcome reprieve because I was just looking at the stats and I have not given anything better than an indifferent in like 3 months.
All right. So this one says crunchy, chewy, fruity feast covered in Cadbury milk chocolate. So what exactly is in this?
Looks like raisins, peanuts. I'm not sure what else.
Fruity feast would make me think it would be more than raisins, but that might be all they're referring to.
There's some rice puffs or something in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do a cross section, you can really see like the little individual round circular rice puff.
You could really taste the caramel. I don't taste as much chocolate on this.
I'm wondering if I even taste raisins. Have I found a raisin yet?
There aren't many.
I get like a raisin aftertaste, but I don't get a big raisin flavor.
Chad, you're leading this one off. What do you think?
This one's really interesting. Like, I can't think of another bar I've had that's like this. I guess maybe we did that chunky bar a long time ago that also had like raisins and some other stuff in it. This is a million times better version of that. This is really, really good. I wish there was maybe like a little more raisin, a little less puffed rice, a little less caramel. I think might be a better ratio for me. It's really good though. Man, do I want to go up to Love Dat? I don't think so. I think again I'm going to stick at a very, very, very strong like that. I like this one better than the Flake actually. I think it's a really good bar. I don't think I can quite go Love Dat though.
I usually don't like candy with raisins. Chunky is an example. I don't think that's a very well done bar.
No.
This incorporates it pretty well. I actually enjoy the little addition of raisins here. I think what you said was right, is that the puffed rice ratio is a little high because I feel like it should be chewier. Like I should be able to like kind of pull it away from my mouth and get some kind of chewiness to it. And that's just not there. But that's keeping it from being really, really good. As it is, I still enjoy it quite a bit. So I'm going to also give it a second like that. We are flush with like that so far. Geiger, what do you think?
I think I'm a little lower on it than the two of you. I don't mind raisin. Raisin's fine. I don't get a strong raisin flavor from this anyway. I think the fact that you're right in that it's too much puff rice, and to me it's too much. I taste more caramel than chocolate on something like this.
Yeah.
And so it comes down to like a caramel peanut bar, and I don't think that's nearly as good as a chocolate bar, if that makes sense. So I would prefer more chocolate flavor. I could give or take the raisin. It's almost like why are the raisins even in there that you barely taste them. So I think there's just too much shit in this bar. Like Chunky from this bar needs to figure out what it does. This is not Chunky. That made no sense. So I would give the picnic bar an indifferent to that.
Do you like paydays?
Not really.
Okay. I don't either. And like when you said a peanut caramel bar, that's kind of what I think of.
Me too. Yeah.
With the payday. I do think this is much better than that.
Do you like this or the Flake more, Novak?
If I was in a store line and was picking one up to have another,
That's what I'm asking.
Probably take the picnic.
Okay.
What would you take?
The picnic. Yeah, the picnic's better for me, I think.
But it is still behind the Flake for the overall score. But we've got one called the Crunchy coming up.
Sure we
and do. It looks like it might have peanut butter or something in it. So that could be a tough one. It's time for the segment.
All right. So you mentioned it at the beginning where we all know where Cadbury was founded, where it's from, right? Of course, is the UK.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most famous things about the UK is that it had a very prominent place in the medieval ages. And of course, the medieval ages being the inspiration for medieval times, dinner and tournament. So you put those things together and we're going to have a UK tournament. So that's what the
The UK tournament.
Tournament segment is going to be. So we are going to figure out what is the best thing that comes from the UK. And of course, the best thing being these 16 things that I have selected for this tournament.
Right.
So we're going to go through this. I've got 4 different divisions here, categories of things that are British in some way. We'll see what we think. All right. So starting here, we've got, I picked out some British actors. So for the actors division, we've got the 3 seed Gary Oldman versus the 2 seed Idris Elba. So who is the better actor here? Novak, we will start with you.
Okay, this is tough. I would say that they are on similar ground. Idris is from one of my favorite shows ever, The Wire.
And from one of my favorite movies ever, Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. No, I'm just kidding.
But I don't like a lot of the choices he's made after that.
Like Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah, exactly. He was on The Office, but he was not like a funny or interesting part of it or anything.
Yeah, right.
And Gary Oldman has, I think, been pretty consistent with his hits. So I'm going to actually take Oldman in this one.
It is very tough because I have a lot of love for Stringer Bell. Stringer Bell from The Wire, Idris Elba, and all of his other great roles, such as
Guy in Pacific Rim.
Right.
Guy in Pacific Rim.
He was in that Dark Tower movie. He played the gunslinger. That's really bad.
I think he does a voice of an animated character at some point.
He was that one ass-eating kaiju, I remember.
He was right. he was Dumper, the kaiju that came and cleaned out all of New York's assholes.
They always throw his name about like he should be the next James Bond or whatever.
Pacific Rim Job.
Pacific Rim Job.
He is. Sorry, I should have let you
that was hanging there. I'm not sure how we missed it, right?
He was. Yeah, you're right. He always gets to remember to play Bond. I think he'd be a good one.
He'd be great.
I think he'd be good. He's also an extraordinarily attractive man. And let's face it.
Oh, one of the best.
He's much better looking than Oldman is.
Yeah, yes. Gary looks exactly what his name sounds like. He just looks like an old man. However, Gary Oldman's in a lot of stuff that's great. Like he was great in the Batman movies. He was great in
Fifth Element.
He was great in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. If you saw that
Bust
movie.
Out That Shoddy movie. What's that one?
He was the villain in Bust Out That Shot. Yeah, he had that shoddy
movie? Book of Eli.
Book of Eli.
And he has that he has that famous meme where it's just him screaming, "Everyone!" I don't even know what movie that's from.
He plays a lot of different types of guys. I think didn't he also get a lot of heat for playing a little person in a movie? I think he played like a little person. He was almost doing like a dwarf on golf thing. There was some movie where he played like a. I'm serious.
Little Dorf reference.
You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
I know Dorf. Yeah.
Winston Churchill. No.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I googled Oldman little person movie and Tiptoes 2004 drama where he played Winston Churchill or something.
Famous dwarf.
He did not play Winston Churchill. Well, all right, I'm taking Oldman. I will look this up. But
Oldman was talking about his Academy Award-winning transformation into Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour. Oh. But he did use 2004's Tiptoes
is
a
the name
relentless
of the
hell ride of a movie in which he plays a little person. I didn't read the full...
He played a dwarf, yeah.
Yeah.
And he got a lot of crap for it because they should have let a dwarf play the dwarf.
Yeah, right. Wait, so who'd you vote for, Oldman?
Oldman.
Okay, so Oldman advances.
Idris Elba did not play Winston Churchill even once.
No.
So...
He did play Willow, though.
He did play. He was in Willow.
Idris Elba should be the next Winston Churchill. All right, so the other 2 actors here, we've got the number 4 seed, one of my personal favorites, but I had to put him at the number 4 seed, Tom Hardy.
I love Tom Hardy.
I love him in every single thing he's in, including the amazing Venom movies, which are just fantastic, versus the number 1 seed, Daniel Day-Lewis. I had to put him number 1 because many consider him the best actor of all time or some nonsense. So Geiger, what do you think here? Daniel Day-Lewis versus Tom Hardy.
Well, I kind of let it slip, but I love Tom Hardy, and I do think he's a very good actor. And he's also, like you said, willing to just be fucking nuts in movies. So he did like this movie Bronson, where he played this like insane violent criminal, and he did Warrior, which is one of the few good like UFC style movies ever. And he
Bane.
I was just getting to Bane. So like, look, Daniel Day-Lewis is a phenomenal actor.
I don't even know what first base is anymore, Batman.
Batman, I drink your milkshake.
You only began licking ass. I was born in it. The thing is, like, I've maybe seen one Daniel Day-Lewis movie. I've seen Gangs of New York. I don't know if I've ever seen another one.
You didn't see There Will Be Blood?
Yeah, so there.
Oh, you're right. I did see There Will
Lincoln?
Be Blood, but no, I never saw Lincoln. I never saw
Me neither.
Phantom Thread or whatever it is. I never saw Last of the Mohicans was him, right?
Yeah.
Churchill. He was Churchill.
Yeah, I never saw Fast and the Furious 6. Wasn't he in that? F6, the villain. But Tom Hardy is entertaining, and that Bane voice alone is so fun to do. That who said that? Like I might just I take Tom Hardy just on the basis of that.
Okay, Novak, what do you say?
Tom Hardy's good. He's very good, but Daniel Day-Lewis, look, he'd probably be like a super annoying guy to act with because he's all like method acting and stuff, but he is sort of undeniably a better actor, right? Like a more accomplished thespian.
Right.
So I'm actually going to go with Lewis for this one. There Will Be Blood is as good a movie as Tom Hardy, better than any movie Tom Hardy's been in my opinion. So
was it better than The Dark Knight Rises? Come on.
So Chad, it's going to be you to split it.
Ooh, this is really tough. So, I like Geiger. I actually think the only Daniel Day-Lewis movie I've seen is There Will Be Blood. And
you didn't see Gangs in New York?
I've never seen Gangs in New York. Yeah. I just all his movies are so fucking long, you know, and like I long movies I don't have patience for anymore.
Here.
Wait a minute, is it like Fast 6, like 3 hours long or something?
No, none of them are over like 2.5. I think. Look, I do love There Will Be Blood. That is a fantastic fucking movie. I love that movie. But yeah, like something about Tom Hardy, like he makes just these wild choices. Like everything is just a weird voice. And Venom 2 was like my favorite movie of last year. It was so good.
That movie was
Dear
fucking
Lord.
trash. I'm sorry.
And it's only 90 minutes long. I loved it. I am actually going to go for Tom Hardy here for the upset.
Daniel Day-Lewis just punching a wall somewhere listening to this podcast.
So that takes us to Hardy versus Oldman here for the finals of this division. Novak, what do you think? I think I know where you're going to go.
No, you know, like I think it's the same with my argument in the last one that Oldman is a bit more accomplished of an actor.
Yeah.
But Oldman's movies are very long. Dorf on Golf's only 34 minutes. But he's also been sort of out of the public eye for a while, and Hardy's kind of like the flavor of the month guy. And he does have a much better role in a movie, and they're in the same movie, right? And Hardy has a much better role in that movie. So I'm going to give it to Hardy for this one, so that we can move on.
I didn't think you'd do that. Yeah, Geiger, what do you think?
Yeah, I really, really, really like Gary Oldman. And you could probably, if I went down the list of movies he's been in and the list of movies Tom Hardy's been in, I think I'd probably like more of Oldman's movies. But I really do like Tom Hardy a lot. Especially when they were both in that UFC movie where they both got the cage at the end. He just beat the fucking shit out of Gary Oldman. That was pretty great.
We need to keep the runtime under 2 hours back then.
Do you feel in charge? Because your abdomen's about to ejaculate out of your body in this heat.
I will take Bane. I mean Tom Hardy.
Okay, great. Hardy wins the actors division. Okay, let's move on to the food division here. So British food, famous for being dog shit. But there's a couple things that are all right. So here we go. The number 3 seed Bangers and Mash versus the number 2 seed A Full English Breakfast. You guys know what Full English Breakfast is?
What's that entail?
I think it's a millennial's asshole, isn't
it? British millennial.
it?
Okay, so full English breakfast is toast, tea, sausages, bacon, mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, and eggs.
Like baked beans, right?
Yeah, they're like baked beans all on a thing, and the tomatoes is just like it's like sliced tomatoes or whatever. Mm-hmm. So fuckload of food. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whole pound of food men love versus Bangers and Mash. What who are we up to here? Geiger, I think.
Sure, and Bangers is just sausage too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's sausage and potatoes. Yeah,
but Bangers and Mash served at dinner, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go English breakfast. That's a lot of food, but it's a lot of food I love. Much like a Hungry Man meal, 2 pounds of food. It's got a lot of choices. You got your bacon. You got your now the bacon there is not like I think it's like more ham.
Yeah, like right. British bacon's a little different, right?
But it's still fine. Eggs I like, sausage I like. All those. I skip the tomato. Eggs, that's great. So I think that would be a nice. It's too much food probably, but that's a fun meal. It's a lot of cool different like toast. All your favorite things. Mm-hmm. Whereas just sausage and potatoes is a little heavy for me. Well, I guess I just said I'd eat a pound of food, but yeah.
Novak, what do you think?
Well, the millennials don't banger anymore. They just go straight for the ass.
They go straight for the mash.
I am from a different
mash that nose in between the cheeks.
I'm a mash man.
I'm from a different generation, and I like my sausage and potato. So I'm actually going Bangers and Mash. We're gonna leave it to Chad.
All right. Yeah. To me, there's too many things in the full English breakfast that I think turn me off. Like the beans, no interest in. The tomatoes, disgusting. I think it's too much. Bangers and Mash is a delicious meal. I've had it before when I was in Ireland. It was so good. So I will go with the Bangers. Okay, and then the other one here we've got the number 4 seed Fish and Chips versus the number 1 seed Afternoon Tea. So like tea and biscuits. So Novak, what do you say?
I'm not a fish fan. The food, the band, we're no part of either of them. So, tea and biscuits, that's great. I actually really like tea. As we've talked about before, I don't like coffee, but I substitute with tea frequently. Mm-hmm. So easy choice for me, tea and biscuits.
Right. Okay.
Is it the biscuits just like a cookie, right? A biscuit. It's like a little sandy cookie, right?
Well, but with afternoon tea, though, it's not always just biscuits. Maybe they serve you some crumpets, or they serve you, little sandwiches, that kind of stuff, like with the crust cut off, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm lukewarm on tea. Tea's okay. Mm-hmm. And like
you're very low T.
I'm very low T. There's no. It can get as warm as it wants outside. Nothing's ejaculating out of my abdomen.
Novak likes high T. You are low T.
Novak's got so much tea just because I have beard all the way to the ground right now. Tea's fine, but what was the other one? Oh, I love fish. I love seafood. I love fried fish. Fried fish is really good. Sometimes it can get too thick with the batter, but it's hard to beat a nice piece of fried fish. And you can even keep the chips. I'll just eat 2 pieces of fish, but over high tea.
We've been split on a lot here, Chad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I also do love seafood, but fried seafood actually I think is you're doing a disservice usually. And a lot of times with fish and chips specifically, they're using like maybe some shitty low quality seafood, right? Yeah. It's not going to be like some fine ass Chilean sea bass or something like that. So it'd be some garbage tilapia or some nonsense.
Fine ass bass.
Right. Go bass to mouth.
God damn.
I love tea. There's actually a bunch of like kind of British style tea places here in San Francisco that we'd love to go to, where they give you little sandwiches, they give you crumpets, they give you all that good stuff along with bottomless pots of tea.
Fucking fancy guys and your little crumpets.
So I'm gonna go with tea. So that brings us to tea versus Bangers and Mash. Geiger, what do you think?
Bangers and Mash. It's you get sausage, you get potatoes. It's an actual meal.
Uh-huh.
Tea's fine. Biscuits, fine. Nothing to write home about.
All right, Novak.
I gotta agree. I mean, I do really like tea, but a hearty plate of bangers and mash is gonna win it.
Yeah.
Wow, a hearty plate of bangers and mash will be going up against Tom Hardy later.
Who would like to bang and mash?
All right, moving to the other side of the brackets, we've got the landmarks division here. So we've got, now remember, this is all of UK, not just, Britain or London, but we've got the number 3 seed, which is Loch Ness, home of the famous monster, but otherwise just a
Yes.
regular
Yes.
lake. Versus the number 2 seed, Big Ben, which could also be the name of a monster.
It's the birthplace of Bigfoot, right?
Yeah. So we got Big Ben versus Loch Ness. Novak, where you stand?
Look, Big Ben is just a big old clock.
You ain't nothing but a big old clock.
Yeah, it just sits there, gives you the time.
Uh-huh.
Loch Ness is
Ain't nothing but a big old lake.
Yeah, there's no monster in there.
but it may hold a mythical creature.
Fine, Big Ben may hold Quasimodo. We don't know. No.
Nothing is in Big Ben. It's
empty.
gears.
It's hollow.
What is inside that? What is inside that building with Big Ben?
Like a bell and fucking machinery.
Yeah,
That's
it's just a
about
clock.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
a bell and machinery. So
Wow, all right.
Loch Ness.
it. All right.
Got
All
you?
right.
Is it even a particularly big lake? Is it like a nice lake? It's got to be big enough to hold
Pretty big to hold
Loch
Nessie.
Ness monster. Yeah, the Nessie.
Size of Loch Ness. Let's see.
Yeah.
It is 13,937 acres.
It's a nice lake.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big is Nessie?
She a big bitch?
How big is the Loch Ness monster?
I mean, it's not a
0,
real thing.
because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, there are no. I'm not going to read.
There's no measurements for that thing that doesn't exist? What is the price?
Yeah, nobody's ever gotten a ruler and measuring tape out.
If I was going to eat Nessie's ass, would I be walking in it like it's a cave?
I mean, it's supposed to be like a dinosaur, right? So it's probably pretty big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that classic sitcom setup where the man just closes his eyes and goes to kiss somebody and gets swapped out with Loch Ness monster? Whoa, Nessie!
Loch Ness licks his face.
Look, I'm going to go with every landmark is just a big old something. There's no landmarks that are all that interactive. I like a nice day at the lake like anyone else. But unless you're going to see Loch Ness monster, a lake is a lake. I've seen lakes here. What I haven't seen is the world's biggest two-faced clock, right? It's two-faced, I think. Well, the only reason I know this is Milwaukee has the biggest four-faced clock or something like that. The Allen Bradley clock tower. It's a big deal. So I will go with I'll say Big Ben is a little more interesting. And,
wow. Okay.
So Geiger does like two-faced clocks, but you know who doesn't like things that have two faces? Batman.
A joke worth waiting for.
Yeah.
Okay, so that leaves it to me to tie here, since we have one vote for Loch Ness and one vote for Big Ben. Now, going into this, I probably would have picked Big Ben, but Novak was kind of making a convincing argument there, and the more I think about it, like Big Ben, you just go up and you like look at it and you go, all right, it's a fucking clock. You take a picture, selfie in front of it, something like that. Like Loch Ness, it's a beautiful lake, right? Like you could make a whole day of it. You could have like a picnic. Nobody's fucking picnicking outside of Big Ben. So I am going to go with Loch Ness here.
So hold on.
Advance.
Real quickly. That's fine. But you're going to vacation to London to go like fish and swim and jet ski and shit like you could do here. That's what you're going to do.
I mean, I can look at fucking clocks here too. There's clocks all over the goddamn place.
Not a big, huge one.
You got a 1 in 1 chance of seeing Big Ben, right? Like you're going to see it.
Yep.
Everyone else has seen it.
Yeah, it's money in the
bank.
bank.
You have a very small chance, but it is possible of seeing Loch Ness and getting a photo that nobody has.
It's not possible at all.
Something that nobody has. You can get it.
Okay.
All right. So the other half of the landmarks division here, we have got the number 4 seed, Buckingham Palace, and then the number 1 seed, Stonehenge. So, Geiger, what do you think here? Stonehenge versus Buckingham Palace.
I've seen neither.
Right.
Buckingham Palace, the big draw.
Wait, have you been to Britain?
I've been to London twice, 3 times. I've been to London 3 times.
Did you see Big Ben?
Yes, I've seen Big Ben. I mean, I just like walked by it. The first couple times I saw the inside.
Oh, just walked by.
Yeah.
Kept going, huh?
Yeah. But you know what I did? I saw the thing I was there to see. I didn't see there was no oh, there might be a ghost inside the Big Ben, but you won't probably see it. It's the first couple times I saw the inside of a conference room. Basically, I just worked the whole time. The last time I went, right before COVID, actually, I did like a walking tour with a couple coworkers, and I saw Big Ben and the London Eye and like the big bridge. I don't know,
but not Buckingham Palace. So
I did not see Buckingham Palace. Now the big draw of Buckingham Palace is what, the guards that you're supposed to try to make laugh.
Yeah, right. You can go and like try to make them ejaculate in the heat and stuff like that.
You can try to shoot out their abdomens.
Mm-hmm. You just walk up to them with a space heater and see how long it takes them to come.
Try to get to first base with them, pull their pants down, eat their ass out.
Wow.
They can't move.
Millennium.
I could do whatever.
Oh, I'm going to make you change facial expressions. Lickaroo.
Let's see you react to my grade A salad tossing.
Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure that you'd be in a British prison for a long time. I'm actually going to pick Stonehenge. Stonehenge to me is like kind of interesting. Like it's like a weird, like, how did it get here? What is it? I have a feeling too that it probably is one of those things that everyone is attributing to like aliens or something, and it's gonna, and like if you actually knew what it was like some super dumb, like some idiots trying to build a building and it fell over, and you know they didn't know what they were doing. But you know, like
they were building a skyscraper back in 150 BC or whatever the fuck.
So cavemen were trying to put a penthouse together and stopped after a while because I got tired. So I'm gonna go Stonehenge. I think it's more interesting.
All right.
I am gonna pick Stonehenge, but I'm going to call Geiger out because he likes Stonehenge because of some of the mystery behind it, right? But
yeah,
he disliked.
There is no mystery about the lake. There's nothing in it. There's no creature.
You don't know that.
I do.
You think there was a possibility that aliens built Stonehenge, but you're not giving the other possibility that Nessie could be alive.
Well, yeah.
Well, let me call you out, Novak. If you go to Stonehenge, there's no creatures there. If you go to Buckingham Palace, there's all sorts of weird-looking creatures. The royal family.
Am I right?
Buckingham Palace monster, Prince Charles. I would have picked Stonehenge too. Actually, like, I'm super fascinated by Stonehenge as well, but it does seem like though, like they don't even let you get that close to it anymore. Like there's ropes everywhere, and so you have to stand super far away. So it's kind of like, what's the fucking point? But now we've got Stonehenge versus Loch Ness. Where are you going to come down, Novak?
You can't. You're tending by your own choice.
We just leave it up to Chad. All right. I'll take Loch Ness. Geiger, you'll take Stonehenge.
Yes, I will.
Chad, what are you going to say? Just give it to Chad.
All right. Realistically, like if I went, I do like the momentum that Loch Ness kind of has here. But if I was in the UK and they said you can only see one thing the whole time you're here, I would pick Stonehenge. So I'm going to advance Stonehenge here. Okay, so here we go. Now the fourth division here. This is the wild card division. So anything goes here with these 4 entries. So the first one here, the number 3 seed, that's going to be driving on the left-hand side of the road, as they do there. And the 2 seed is British slang. So things like chuffed, knackered, bloody, arsed, cheeky, cheers, etc. So we've got driving on the left versus slang. Geiger, what do you think?
I mean, this is slang easy. These are fun new words to say. You can swear in a different vernacular, which I've already mastered American swearing. That's easy. Mm-hmm. You can say someone's pissed, and it doesn't mean they're mad. It means they're drunk, I think. As does knackered, I believe. I don't know what chuffed means. Is that mad? You're mad at somebody?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
One means pissed. One means mad. One means
all of them mean pissed, drunk, or mad. And the other one is potentially getting in a car accident every time I hit the gas because I will fuck up driving on the left every time.
Right.
I remember I almost got hit when I was in London. I would just like look the wrong way. I'm not used to I would just step out of the street and I almost got hit by like several bikers and they got really mad at me. So bicyclists,
Nice.
not bike like motorcyclists. So I'll take slang all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. There's nothing that's all that interesting if I was there about driving on the opposite side of my car, but I would say for at least a limited time the slang would be fun, so I'm gonna go slang.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and the last two entrants here, the number 1 seed of this division, old Billy Shakes, William Shakespeare, versus Brexit. So William Shakespeare versus Brexit. What do you think, Novak?
Ooh, I think this is a pretty easy one. Look,
Maybe
I don't.
for you.
Yeah.
Billy Shakes might have some like old problematic views like everyone else from the time of Billy Shakes, but
Yeah, like the Capulets and the Montagues should crossbreed. That fucking is very problematic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and the Brexit though, I can't think of really anything positive from it. So
It's fun to say.
I'm gonna say I'm taking Billy.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, the only
Why do you like Brexit?
I've had this long simmering Brexit stance that I can finally get off my chest. No, I think the only, if I was going to name one good thing about Brexit, is that it would make America look decent for like 30 seconds. Like for 30 seconds, the British couldn't look down on us like we were just craven asswipes. And then we continued being America right after that. And so
I mean, we would have Brexited like 3 decades before they did.
Yeah. Oh, you think you invented xenophobia, did you? The other one, Billy Shakes. Yeah, probably. I agree with Novak. Like, he's an old white guy from a long time ago. Probably had some bad takes on things like believed that shrews deserve to be tamed and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I would say Billy Shakespeare probably contributed more to the overall culture than forcing people to leave the UK. So.
All right. Well, we've got a language showdown here. Possibly one of the men who advanced language the most in his day, William Shakespeare.
He did.
Versus the way the language is currently spoken, slang. So Geiger, what are you going to go with here?
Shakespeare advanced the language?
Didn't he popularize this is how people talk right now, like idiots, all confusing and shit.
William Shakespeare, history's most notable idiot.
Hey everybody, let's talk so no one can understand us. That's what
you think did. Bane picked up from Billy Shakespeare? Ooh, poor Yorick, I knew him once.
To be or not to be. Just whatever. Say stuff, who cares?
Yeah. Alas, poor Two-Face. I will. I'll still take slang. I think I probably would enjoy saying slang words more than I would reading William Shakespeare. Yep, makes me kind of uncultured, but shit's boring. So that's what I'm taking.
All right, Novak, you cultured?
Yeah, well, I think my issue is that when Shakes was writing, getting to first base didn't mean much, right? It probably was peck on the lips. Romeo and Juliet got to first base.
Mm-hmm.
You saw some ankle.
So I'm not interested in reading that level of prudity in my writing. So,
whoa, Novak needs to get that bodice off in every one of his.
That's right. So, no, I do think the slang. Again, if we lived there, it's probably fucking annoying. Like if someone's talking about American slang, you'd be like, "What the? That's like it's awful and shitty." But since we don't, it seems fun. So I'm going to go with slang.
All right, great. All right, so let's finish up this half of the bracket here since that's a side I'm looking at. So we do have slang here versus Stonehenge. Slang versus Stonehenge. Novak, what do you like?
I do. Look, I fought for Loch Ness, but I do like the mystery component of the landmark.
Yeah, what building were they building?
Right.
Was it a dental office or something?
How many apartments were going to be in the
Uh-huh.
in the final structure?
So I'm gonna go with Stonehenge.
All right, Stonehenge Geiger, what do you say?
How much should Og charge for association fee? uh, so it's Stonehenge versus slang?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Look, Stonehenge, I gotta be honest, makes me visibly chuffed. I really enjoy Stonehenge. I'd like to go. I don't even know if I'm using that right. I have zero idea. I'm just guessing.
Okay.
I think Stonehenge is cool. I said it before. I'll say it again. I'd pick Stonehenge. I want to go hang out there and get an actor with some friends.
Those hard rocks make you rock hard.
Okay. I was hoping for a slang upset there, but I can see why you guys all right. Back to the other side here, we had just to refresh your memory, we had Tom Hardy as the winner of the actors division
Mm-hmm.
versus Bangers and Mash was the winner of the food division. Now, Tom Hardy has a lot of bangers, a lot of good films.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an article that said Tom Hardy is the #1 hardest actor for Americans to understand. It was like
I feel like he does that on purpose, though, right?
Yeah.
then
Like he's always been-
Schwarzenegger, then something. Yeah, and it may just be he takes mumbly type of
Schwarzenegger.
roles.
He does mumbly and he does weird voices. He's like got that Johnny Depp thing where he has to have a weird voice. Or
Who can't understand Schwarzenegger at this point? He's been around for 50 years or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I understand if you can't understand him, like in Conan the Barbarian or something, but
like if you don't understand his politics.
right. But like by Terminator 2, even like,
Right.
how can you understand this guy?
How can you not understand all 7 lines he said in Terminator?
Maybe it was just a ranking of Batman villains that were difficult to understand.
What's hard to understand about "See you at the party, Richter"? I don't see why that's hard to.
I'll go first. I actually am feeling a bit hungry now. And so I'm going to take Bangers and Mash. I feel like Geiger might go the other way, so we'll see what Chad will do.
Geiger, what do you think?
I do enjoy, as we said before, I immensely enjoy the Bane voice. It's like it's so much so that I'm halfway considering doing the rest of this podcast in Bane voice. I won't.
Is this a thing? Baners and Mask? Because he's wearing a mask.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's totally a thing.
Okay, great.
But I have to take that. Like he was good in Inception and a couple other things, but I can't say I've loved a lot of his other movies either. So I am in my soul an eater. So I will take sausage and is it mashed potatoes? I'm assume, right? Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all right, I'll take sausage and mashed potatoes.
All right, so that's another surprise there. I kind of thought we'd have Bane in the finals, but all right. Well, that's the finals. Here is Bangers and Mash versus Stonehenge, the two quintessential British things. I think we can agree.
Pretty British.
Yeah, both are. So what's it going to be? What is the top UK thing? Who wants to go first?
I'll take it. I've been consistent throughout.
Have you?
Well, I mean, in taking Stonehenge is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So, and I do like to eat. However, again, I am mystified by Stonehenge. I've never seen it. I'd like to see it. I have a feeling.
Where
though,
were they going to put the kitchen that they were going to prepare the Bangers and Mash in? Yeah.
I at first I was like, "Where's the HVAC going in?" But it's got kind of an open concept right now, so the air gets kind of circulated through.
Big open floor plan.
I'm torn though because now that I think about Stonehenge some more, it's kind of like Mount Rushmore where you go and you're like, "Yep, there it is." Like that, there's like nothing you can do. You can't like go like play.
Can't have any
picnics. In the middle of
picnics.
Stonehenge. Yeah,
There's no monsters. Yeah.
Right. There's no pretend monsters.
Doesn't even fucking tell time unless maybe it's a giant sundial. I don't know.
Right. I was gonna say, was it supposed to tell time? I wasn't aware. So you know what? I'm in a bit of an upset. I'm going to take Bangers and Mash from because I think that's consistently enjoyable, and I think it's something that you can enjoy multiple times over as long as it's good. Whereas Stonehenge, I think it's a one and done kind of thing.
I like the idea that Stonehenge is an open concept, and it's just Og shows up, and the builder's like, "It's done. Wear rest."
Oog, natural lighting.
Where bedroom for ass eating.
I'll no get to second base in this. I am actually going to agree with Geiger. Bangers and Mash is going to be our champion.
All right.
It's a delicious combo. It's a deserving winner. There you go.
Bangers it is. All right. Outstanding.
All right. We've got one candy bar left. It's the Crunchy. This is the Cadbury Crunchy, and there's not much in the way of a description on the package. So what it looks like is like a Milky Way sized bar, and it looks like there's peanut butter inside, according to the picture.
It's not
if you
peanut
look
butter.
if you look at the ingredients, it says milk chocolate with golden honeycombed center on the back by the ingredients. So I'm assuming this is actually honey and chocolate.
It's a big ass fucking square of honeycomb on the inside.
Mm.
So it does have a major crunch to it. Like it lives up to the name.
Wonder if that sugar bear is going crazy for these.
So if you look at the cross section, there's like the left and right when it's standing up look like more solid pieces, and then the center is more of a, like, I don't know how you describe that, but it looks more honeycombish. It's like spongier to the lip.
Looks like bee ejaculate, let's be honest. Or bee vomit. Wait, what? Which one is it?
I think it's vomit. It's not bee cum.
Well, it does say on the back of the bar, 58 bees nutted to make this bar. It's not peanut butter, it's bee nut butter. That's what's in there. Stupid.
Keep going. You got another alt there, I'm sure. Somewhere.
Okay, I'm up first.
This is interesting.
As Shakespeare said, to become or not become. I can't decide what it is. It is very tasty.
To become ejaculate? Is that what you mean? Like to become?
No.
Oh.
BEE space CUM.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Okay.
But it started with the number 2, not the letters
Right.
for some reason.
No, it was a text.
It was 2 bees.
I really like this. I think it's tasty. I don't know if I'd want to like go back and eat more bars of it. It's
Why not?
something.
That was aggressive.
I like it, but I never want to
Give
eat
me
it
a
again.
fucking second. Well, what I mean is like in a sit, like, you know, sometimes I'll have a Snickers bar, and if you, or let's say I had 2 Reese's cups and you offered me another one, I could probably open it and pound it. But this, I think, I don't know if it's just a lot of honey, you know, to take at once. So
you just mean like 2 bars back to back, like you wouldn't do, but
Right,
you're not
right.
saying you would never
Sure.
buy it again, even though you like it or whatever.
Right. I do feel like as I get to the end of the bar, which I've eaten a fair amount of it, I've kind of maybe had enough of it, even though I'm really enjoying the taste.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's one other addition they could put in here that would, I don't know what, but that might make it a love, but it's not quite a love for me. But I am going to give it my 3rd like of the day. So Cadbury has really won me over with 3 likes on all of these bars. Geiger, what do you think?
Well, I had to get over my initial disappointment because I definitely thought this was peanut butter inside the purse when this bar showed up.
You're not the biggest honey fan either, huh?
And I don't love honey. However, I do like it in this. Now, I probably could have done without like the sidewalls, whatever those were, like inside. They just kind of felt like almost like hard cookie, and I don't know if they had much flavor. The honey in the middle is good. However, I wonder if that's because if that whole inner section was honeycomb, A, the bar integrity might fall apart, and B, I think that's too much honey. Because my problem with honey is that it can be way too sweet. But I think this was just the right amount. You had like the 2 Stonehenge-like pillars on the outside and a nice open honeycomb in the middle for air to get through so you can catch the big game.
Oog was very happy with this bar.
Oog
No
loved
question.
it. Yeah. I think this is good. It's a solid like that. I like this a lot. I would eat another one. I finished this whole bar.
Okay, here's where we stand. We had 3 likes earlier on the Flake. And so if Chad likes this, we're going to have a tie. If he loves it, it's going to win. If he feels anything less than that, then the Flake's going to take it. Chad?
So I see what you're saying, Novak, about the like that it, by the end of the bar, it does get to be like a lot in your mouth. It is kind of like this thing of like, okay, that's it. I've had enough of that. But like, maybe that's a good thing, right? Like maybe we shouldn't be like finishing 2 Reese's cups and then pounding another 6. You know what I mean? Like
For sure, we should.
So to me, I'm not necessarily going to hold that against it. Honey is one of my absolute favorite flavors. I will put it in smoothies. I will put it on cereal, peanut butter sandwiches. I will just spoon honey into my mouth sometimes. And to me, even though that is a little overwhelming, this bar really, really works well. Now, it's not my favorite bar I've ever had, for sure. But I am probably going to add this to my rotation next time I'm over there at George's Zoo and I see that they have it. I might pick it up again. This is good enough. I'm giving it a love dat.
Wow.
It's really good.
For the win. Pulls out a love dat to take the day, the Cadbury Crunchy. I'm kind of glad. My particular favorite was the picnic of the 3, one that came in last. That's the one Geiger, which was your favorite of the 3?
Because I remember not liking the picnic as much as you guys.
That's right.
I
the
think
Flake?
Yeah, so I think...
You remember from 20 minutes ago.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking back throughout the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think I probably like the first one the best. Yeah, the Flake.
So we have 3 different favorites of the 3, which doesn't happen often. But the Crunchy did enough to win. Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you enjoy Cadbury products in general, if you have made a bee ejaculate through heat or otherwise, like just regular means, like, I don't know, anal or something.
That's regular means?
Well, it's one of the standard sex things, right?
Wait, is the bee... Which part of anal is the bee? Is he taking or getting?
Okay. Well, if he's giving it to me, he's going to come from giving it to me? That's going to be him flying into my asshole, basically. There's no...
How's he coming from you giving you fucking bee?
I don't know. I didn't think it through.
Tell us more about how you're going to rim a bee, Geiger.
All right, guys. I've got a bee-shaped penis, okay? It's very a bee-appropriate penis. Reach out to us at youtrydat@gmail.com. Reach out to us on Twitter, #YouTriedThat. Reach out to us on Facebook with our You Tried Dat group. We're also on Instagram and YouTube. We would love to know your thoughts about the podcast. Have you suggest a snack? Give us your ratings on anything we've eaten before. If you do enjoy the podcast, please leave us a review and tell your friends and family. And as always, thanks for listening.
Okay, that'll do for this Cadbury app, the Crunchy. Again, takes home the win. So if you are upon any of these, we recommend you maybe check any of them out because they all got pretty positive ratings today. But that's going to do it for this time. We'll be back next time. Try out 3 brands.
Yep.